My dearest child, listen this message carefully. This is very important. Your safety and well-being are my top priorities, so please take heed of my words. I beg your few seconds. Don't ignore this message, as it contains crucial information that will help keep you safe and protected. Remember, I love you more than anything in this world and only want what is best for you. Child, if you always have to give to receive love, that's not real love. Real love is not conditional and does not demand anything in return from the recipient. It is offered generously and without any terms or expectations attached to it. Keeping this in mind will help you manage the relationships in your life. I am sorry, child, but they are not actually concerned about you and are only exploiting you for their own profit. It is important to keep in mind that genuine love is not motivated by the desire to strive to manipulate or take advantage of other people. Maintain your strength and put your own health and happiness ahead of everything else. Remember, some people are only around you because you are a giver, and they see you as someone who can fulfill their needs without considering your own well-being. It's important to set boundaries and prioritize your own self-care in order to maintain healthy relationships. Always remember that true love and friendship should be reciprocal and based on mutual respect and care. They are aware that they can take advantage of you. Because you don't want to lose them, you are frightened to make a negative response. On the other hand, it is essential to keep in mind that your health and happiness are equally as vital as theirs. It will be easier for you to sustain healthy relationships that are founded on mutual respect and care if you begin by establishing boundaries and learning to say no when it is necessary. Don't be scared to put your personal pleasure and self-care at the top of your priority list. I'm worried that if you continue to prioritize others over yourself, you may end up feeling drained and unfulfilled in the long run. Remember that setting boundaries is not selfish, but rather a necessary step in maintaining your well-being. Hear me out when I say that taking care of yourself first will ultimately benefit both you and those around you. It is important to prioritize your own needs in order to be able to show up fully for others in a healthy and sustainable way. By prioritizing self-care, you are ensuring that you have the energy and resources to give back to others in a more meaningful and impactful way. The reason I am offering you this piece of guidance is because I am of the opinion that if you take care of yourself, you are putting yourself in a position to achieve success and happiness in the long run. It is important to keep in mind that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Thus, it is essential to make self-care a top priority in order to be the greatest version of yourself for both yourself and the people around you. You will be able to flourish in every facet of your life if you have faith in your capacity to prioritize self-care and observe the improvement in your general well-being that results from doing so. Always keep in mind that taking care of oneself is not an act of selfishness, but rather an essential step on the path to personal development and fulfillment it is. I would want to use this opportunity to encourage everyone to make self-care a priority and acknowledge the significance of this practice in terms of attaining personal growth and general well-being. You are not only making an investment in yourself when you make self-care a priority, but you are also ensuring that you can present the best version of yourself to others who are in your immediate surroundings. Taking care of oneself is essential in order to be able to completely present oneself to others in a way that is both good and healthy. I'm aware that prioritizing self-care can sometimes be interpreted as a sign of selfishness. Nonetheless, it is essential to keep in mind that this is the case. When you make taking care of yourself a top priority, you are not only helping yourself, but also the people in your immediate environment who are dependent on your presence and well-being. Let me tell you from my own personal experience that when I started making self-care a priority, I observed a substantial increase in both the quality of my relationships and my overall well-being with other people. Reminding yourself that taking care of yourself is not an act of selfishness, but rather a vital step toward being able to fully show up for other people in a way that is both good and healthy is something that is really essential to keep in mind.